Have you ever read a whole chapter, felt smart for 5 minutes, and then realized you remember absolutely nothing? Or maybe you crammed for an exam, scored pretty well, and 2 weeks later, it's all gone. Why does this happen? Why do we forget most of what we learn? The truth is, your brain isn't broken. It's doing exactly what it's designed to do. We live in a world obsessed with information. We read articles, watch tutorials, listen to podcasts, and take notes like our life depends on it. But here's the uncomfortable truth. Consuming information is not the same as learning it. You can sit through an entire lecture, feel like you understand everything, and yet your brain may decide, we won't need this later. Delete. But why? Why does our mind throw away what seems valuable? Back in 1885, a German psychologist named Hermann Ebbinghaus wanted to measure how quickly we forget. So he memorized long lists of nonsense syllables, like WID, ZOF, KEX. No meaning, no context, just sounds. And then he tested how long he could remember them. What he found became famous as the forgetting curve. It showed that within just 1 hour, we forget over half of what we learn. Within a day, about 70% disappears. After a week, almost everything is gone. That curve has haunted students ever since. But here's where it gets interesting. Forgetting isn't a flaw, it's a feature. Your brain is constantly bombarded with information, sights, sounds, faces, random TikToks, 1,000 notifications. If it tried to keep everything, it would collapse under its own weight. So your brain has a clever system. It keeps what's useful and slowly deletes the rest. Think of it as spring cleaning. Every night your brain sorts through memories and asks, did this matter? If the answer is not really, it gets filed away or recycled. So when you forget something, your brain isn't failing you. It's optimizing itself. Here's a question. Do you remember your very first phone number? Or maybe the lyrics of your favorite childhood song? Those memories stick because they meant something to you. They were emotional, repeated, or connected to a story. That's the secret. Your brain remembers what it finds meaningful. So, when you study something you don't care about, say a list of chemical formulas, your brain files it under temporary. But when you link that formula to something real, a medicine, a reaction, a discovery, it becomes alive. Your brain says, this has purpose. Most of us learn in the least brain-friendly way possible. We cram. We read notes over and over, thinking repetition means mastery. But passive reading is like watching someone go to the gym. You feel involved, but you're not the one getting stronger. The key to real learning is not input, it's output. It's not what you read, it's what you can recall. Every time you try to remember something, even if you struggle, you strengthen the neural connections that store it. That's why teaching others, testing yourself, or even writing from memory works 10 times better than rereading notes. So, how do we stop forgetting and actually learn deeply? Here are the principles scientists swear by. 1. Spaced repetition. Instead of studying once for a long time, review the same idea over days or weeks. This tells your brain, hey, this keeps coming up, must be important. 2. Active recall. Don't just look at your notes, hide them, and try to explain the idea from memory. Even getting it wrong is powerful, because your brain learns from the struggle. 3. Interleaving. Mix up topics. If you study math, then history, then science,
Your brain gets better at switching contexts and truly understanding concepts, not just memorizing patterns. And 4, connection. Always link new information to what you already know. The more connections you create, the harder it is to forget. You've probably noticed that you never forget certain moments. The smell of your first school, the sound of your favorite song, the moment someone you loved said goodbye. Emotion locks memory. It activates the amygdala, which tells your brain, this one's important, keep it. That's why stories are so powerful. We remember stories because they make us feel. If you want to remember something, wrap it in a story, your own or someone else's. But here's the twist. We actually need to forget. If we remembered every detail of every day, life would become unbearable. Imagine recalling every face you've ever seen, every menu you've ever read, every mistake you've ever made. Your brain would drown in data. Forgetting allows us to focus. It's the art of letting go of noise, so we can remember what truly matters. Real learning doesn't happen in one moment. It's built layer by layer through struggle, review, and meaning. So, the next time you forget something you learned yesterday, don't get frustrated. Take it as a signal. Your brain is asking, do you still need this? And your answer should be, yes. Let's review it. Learning isn't about memorizing facts. It's about transforming who you are, and that takes time, patience, and care. So, yes, we forget most of what we learn, but the parts we choose to remember, the ones we revisit, teach, and connect with, those become part of us. Because the goal of learning isn't to fill your mind, it's to change it. And sometimes forgetting is the very thing that helps us remember what truly matters.